I've always had a fascination with role-playing maps in Garry's Mod. They're usually so full of life and servers, filled to the brim with people and their decorated houses. But in single player, they're naked. You're left solely with the developer's vision, barren streets and empty rooms galore. Today we're going to explore just one of the literal thousands uploaded to the Steam Workshop. What does this map in particular have going on that makes it special compared to all the others? Welcome to Video Game World Tours. This is RP Evo City V2D. I always associate this map with, the city. But it's interesting that the spawn is in this industrial area. Though that is just this version of the map. I think this is the original. I don't want to say for certain, because I'd hate to give credit where it isn't due. At the very least, you can find these credits near the spawn. If I was a betting man, I'd say the Evo City concept was born from Sergeant Sickness's brain. Much like Construct, there's a whole little ecosystem of Evo City variants. We aren't going to look at those today though, we'll just focus on this one. These RP maps are big enough as is. I think this is the one I spent the most time in as a kid. I distinctly remember the KFC. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. What's in this industrial area? Well, big garage here, very tall. I don't know what you'd be building in here if you'd need it to go out this tiny door. This space has a bit of character. This makes a much better use of the space in my opinion. I particularly like the lighting. This whole area back here is for Malonsky Transportation LLC. I just know this building has something good in it. Oh yeah, look at that green lighting. It's so unwelcoming. This is hostile lighting. As a boss, you'd only install lights like this if you hated your workers and wanted them to suffer. I guess this is the boss's office. And two more separate ones back here. Maybe it's just me, but I like my RP rooms to come lightly furnished by the map maker. It gives me direction in how to decorate a space. Just what's in here is fine. It lets you know this is an office building, and you can place office building things. What about the rest of the... Okay, you know what? These are probably boring garages. Yep, alright. We'll just move on from this section of the map. It's interesting how this map is kinda sectioned off. There's tunnels periodically throughout the space cordoning off all the distinct areas. I was gonna say it's to mask the fact that there's a render distance, but you can still see it on these long roads. I guess it's just an interesting creative choice. The houses on this map, I love them. And that's almost all nostalgia speaking. I spent so much time in this map with my friend back in the day. This one's more run down than the others you'll come across. It's a fixer-upper, that's fine. The front door doesn't even work. This is the only entrance. You could put together your own door with a special key code and everything. I think it's funny that this house is mostly barren, save for a giant TV and some couches upstairs. Guys really live in houses like this and don't see any issue. We'll go down that path later, and before exploring the city, we'll check off this dead end real quick. Look at that, a quaint little trailer on the side of the road. Kinda lonely out here. I'm sure you could make the most out of this place. The end of the road is, whatever this is. I love the world building of this map. There's all these companies with their little workspaces. Maybe you could even find a way to work these into your role-playing scenarios. Like you deliver supplies from this trucking area over here to here. Or maybe not. I don't know what goes on in roleplay servers. Time for the moment you've been waiting for. The city. Yeah, it's all flooding back to me now. So much nostalgia just standing in this spot, seeing all these familiar sights. It's beautiful to me that a game I played so much as a youngin' is still popular to this day, and I can still boot into all these classic maps and experience them as they were. I mean, come on, the KFC? I feel like I saw this in so many Gmod comedy videos back then. Oh my god, look at those prices! $4.99 for a combo? Inside is a cute little space. Goodness, it's got the full menu up there. I guess it doesn't have prices for some of the items, but looking at the other ones is crazy. Also, just the style of it. I feel like menus in fast food places now don't have style like this. They're so sleek and minimalist and boring. This has so many colors, it's fun. Now I'm just sad we live in the reality we do. But it's fun to take a walk in a time capsule like this. To think a Garry's Mod map could even be a time capsule, that's a thought. The hotel across the street, I remember this. So fancy inside. Oh yeah, look at that, so fancy. Extremely shiny ATM. Those are clipping through the front desk, that's kinda funny. These are all upside down. Wait, the camera lets me... Never thought I'd have a functional use for this feature of the camera. Nothing interesting though. I like this room with the really long hallway leading down it. Though the other two have huge bathrooms, can't get enough of these. The rooms are chill too. I would love to be able to spend a night in here. It's so warm and cozy. This whole brick aesthetic is, really. It reminds me of my aunt's old house I'd visit on occasion when I was younger. Guess this space is nostalgic to me in more ways than one. What do we have back here? A couple of barren storefronts for you to decorate. Pretty unassuming building. Oh wow, it's packed with rooms. 3 floors with 4 on each of them. I always get a kick out of being in these. It reminds me of just how unique Garry's Mod is. I cannot think of any game out there where people will make these hyper-realistic spaces full of roads, restaurants, and empty apartment buildings, all for the players to fill in and make their own. Grand Theft Auto isn't like this, Skyrim isn't like this. Minecraft kinda is in some of the custom maps, but I think this looking as much like real life as it does goes a long way. This genuinely looks like a real-ass apartment. Whoever made this had to think like an interior designer and create attractive apartments that players would want to roleplay in and decorate. I don't know, Garry's Mod is truly one of a kind. Oh, I definitely remember this from back in the day. A big empty supermarket. It's, big and empty. The flea market next door has little dividers for all the spaces. That's nice. Oh, in this building? How could I forget this in its long elevator ride? The panel is too high up. I feel like a 5-year-old at this height. I love how long this takes. This place is so cool. I remember coming up here a lot. I like the blue lighting. Neat conference room. Oh my god, this parking garage? I have a specific memory of being in here at one point. I think I was loading it up with zombies and shooting them all? Or maybe I was loading it up with bouncy balls. Probably did both, but I have a specific memory of being in this room with my friend in a Skype call way back in the day. Good times. I remember there was something... There it is. There's just a single apartment in this building. I bet this was an exclusive place to own in RP servers. A lot of living space compared to the other city properties. Ooh, a monitor. I always love looking at these. Does this program look familiar to any of you? I don't quite recognize it. Or this. You can almost make out the text at the top. Welcome to... And then there's window right there, but that's all I can read. Even though modern games will still sometimes use low-resolution textures like this for displays, I love when they go all out and make it fully readable. Though I guess they were even making detailed desktop textures in CS Office. Regardless, Jill Theater Room. This is weird. There's like a dumpster built into the side of this building. I genuinely don't remember this. Bit of a crazy facility to have right in the heart of the city, and to be so easily accessible too. Well, what does it have in store for us? Stem cell extraction? DNA replication? Sheesh. Guess we'll go down here first. Truly bizarre. These images are freaky. A lot of the rooms in these RP maps are mostly empty, but it's interesting to see what the map makers did decide to include. Like just a tiny computer setup over here. And this panel, whatever it may be. They're giving you a little push to decorate and use rooms for a certain purpose. Though I don't want to think about what people would be doing in these rooms in an RP server. That's about it. I love these weird out there inclusions in these maps like that. Gives them character. This middle room is kinda interesting. It has a rickety path built up to the second level, which leads you to the two other rooms. If this were a real building, why would they not just have steps leading up there? Without these wooden planks, they are completely inaccessible. I hope someone was fired for that blunder. I don't like this building. Freaks me out. Lights with that color are code for something sketchy. Huh. I always remember looking at this building, but I don't really remember what it had inside. This is very Evil Corporation coded. I just know these textures are used in Combine spaces in Half-Life 2. They have that vibe. We'll go up first. I really didn't remember this building had upper floors. Kind of a weird pull, but this reminds me of Deus Ex Human Revolution, where you're exploring the offices at the beginning of the game. Oh wow, you know what? I actually do remember this part. These freaky jail cells. Ugh. Top floor probably just has some executive offices or something, I bet. I don't remember this either. I guess this would be the mayor's office. Alright, let's go back down. Where does this take us? Just some parking. What is this? Guess we'll go down. This map is full of all kinds of surprises, isn't it? This is almost as scary as the DNA replication building. Why do map makers love putting in rooms where players can torture other players? Even got a two-way mirror here. Wait, is it called a two-way or a one-way mirror? Okay, the Wikipedia page is titled One-Way Mirror, but it says also known as a two-way mirror. I'll take half credit for that. Knowing Garry's Mod players, I bet some horrific things happened in these rooms. I need to see the sun again. That is really underground, wow. Can't have people above hearing all the torture down there. A bank. Forgot about this too. It even has a vault inside. Not much to say about this space. But this gas station, really. Kinda boring inside the building. Oh, I almost forgot about the stuff across the street. Goodness gracious, this is stunning. This map has played it kinda safe in regards to the colors of interiors so far, but this is out there. The deep blue and the dark wood really go well together. I'm surprised this didn't stick out in my mind more. Or this computer store. I feel like there is a 50-50 chance if there's an RP map that takes place in a city, it's gonna have a computer store. There's so many computer and computer-adjacent props in Half-Life 2 and Counter-Strike Source. It just makes sense to get some use out of them. Even got the iconic CS Office desktop right here, with all the legible detail on it. And then there's just the chill cafe next door. Though it's missing a front counter, all there is the dining room and the kitchen. I can't say for sure if they accidentally forgot the counter or if it was a deliberate design choice. I could see myself making a mistake like that, but then again, I've never made anything as cool as this map. Alright, I'm itching to get out of the city. Let's head out into the country to explore the rest of this map. Scary looking building here. Guess this is a rest stop for travelers passing through? Though there's only one toilet. I don't know about you, but I personally wouldn't want to use this one. Maybe you aren't as particular as me, who can say? Oh hell yeah, I definitely remember this. I could never forget it. Pretty unassuming entrance, right? Wait, what's this? Well, items teleport away and then teleport right back. Or I guess it's better to say that it despawns whatever's up there and respawns these two items half a second later. I don't know what to make of that. Anyway, unassuming room here. But you walk through this door and... oh, this room sticks with you. You'd never guess from the outside that this is a full-on beach room. Oh, that weird button from before was a spawner for these, so you could bring them to the pool. That's cute. You can't really use them in any meaningful way, but this is a roleplay server. You make your own fun. And there's a lot of fun to be had in this room. It has such a playful vibe. Next door is, I think I ran out of words to say for spaces like this. And here's cool though. There's a couple of sectioned off areas for you to decorate. These almost read as little sets for TV or something. I bet they'd use a setup like this for QVC. You set up the camera in a certain position and you'd never be able to tell that you're in a warehouse. Being in this space, I'm reminded of a popular variation of this map, EvoCity V33X. It adds a lot, all over the place, and I distinctly remember it adding a bunch of houses along this route. I wasn't really sure which version I was going to cover for this video at first. Garry's Mod, and I guess Source Games as a whole really, are super unique in that they will have so many versions and variations on classic maps. I know I just made that video exploring GM Construct, but that was an official Gmod map. RP EvoCity V2D is a fan-created map, and even it has variations. They all kinda blend together after a while. It's hard to remember what specific detail belongs to which specific map. It's a super unique problem to Garry's Mod. Got a bar over here. Kinda sad. And it's so out of the way too. I bet not a lot of people visited this spot. Through this tunnel is the final section of the map. When I think back on my time with EvoCity, I think of these two houses. Me and my pal would come back here and spend so much time decorating these. I'd even just do it myself. It's a kind of fun that I couldn't really have in any other game. Except for like The Sims, I guess? But this is different, getting to be truly inside the house in first person and explore it yourself. It's special, nostalgic to me. So many rooms in these houses to do whatever in. Reminds me of decorating my condo in Tower Unite. Man, I wish that game properly took off. I love playing minigames and decorating my condo with all the money I got. I know it evolved from a Gmod game mode back in the day, but I only played it when it became a standalone thing. You can really feel the Gmod roots in that game. Anyway, that's it. That's all I really have to say about this iconic map. It's a remnant of a long past era. And while I'm kinda sad that I'll never have enough whimsy to spend a couple hours decorating spaces and RP maps with my friends anymore, I'm at least glad I got a chance to experience it. I would be a different person if I didn't. I'm content to just look back on those memories and reminisce. Thanks for watching, Pretizens. See you all— oh, a cave! I vaguely remember this from back in the day. I wonder what's inside.